There is a scent we all recognize instantly, an aroma that needs no explanation because it transports us straight back to childhood, to our home kitchen, to the comfort of a quiet afternoon. It is the smell of a freshly baked cookie. But today, we aren't in a small kitchen. We stand before something much larger, a symphony of precision, rhythm, and, believe it or not, patience. Welcome to the heart of the factory. Here, thousands of kilos of simple ingredients are about to embark on a fascinating journey. What you are about to see isn't just industrial machinery. It is a perfect choreography where engineering and tradition go hand in hand. From raw flour to the sealed package that reaches your hands. We are going to discover how a cookie is born. It all starts here, in the receiving area. Before becoming a cookie, this is just potential. White mountains of flour, crystalline sugar, vegetable fats, and water. It seems simple, right? But the secret lies not just in what is used, but in how it is treated. Observe these immense mixers. They are the beating heart of the first stage. Unlike a home mixer, these steel giants have the strength needed to move hundreds of kilos of dense, heavy dough. First, dry ingredients fall like fine rain. Then the liquids enter. And then, the dance begins. The blades turn with constant force. It's not about beating the dough, it's about integrating it. It is a hypnotic process. Little by little, powder and liquid cease to be separate things and become a single entity, the dough. Here, time is crucial. Knead too much and the cookie becomes hard. Knead too little and it breaks. Master bakers and sensors monitor texture, temperature, and consistency. They seek that exact point, that moment when the dough becomes soft, elastic, and perfect. Once ready, the dough rests briefly. It is alive, it breathes, and it is ready to take shape. Now, the dough must leave the safety of the mixing bowl. It falls onto conveyor belts, beginning its long journey. We arrive at the laminating stage. Imagine a rolling pin, but multiplied by 10 and with millimeter precision. The dough passes through a series of steel rollers that gently stretch it, reducing its thickness step by step. It's as if they were ironing an immense cream-colored sheet. The goal is to achieve a continuous, uniform sheet without tears. And here comes the identity, the molding. Depending on the cookie type, we use different techniques. Some pass through a rotary molder, an engraved cylinder with hundreds of shapes spinning tirelessly. Watch how it imprints the design onto the dough. Circles, squares, complex figures. In a fraction of a second, what was a simple sheet now has a face. It is an infinite stamping. The excess dough, that web remaining between the cut cookies, is not wasted. It is delicately removed, returns to the start, and is reincorporated into the process. Nothing is lost here. The raw cookies, pale and soft, now advance in perfect rows, like a disciplined army, heading towards their trial by fire. We have reached the moment of real transformation. The oven. But this isn't just any oven. It is a tunnel. A long, hot corridor that can measure tens of meters. The cookies enter at one end as raw, damp dough. Inside this tunnel, chemical magic happens. Heat is distributed by zones. At first, gentle heat makes the cookie grow, rise, and take volume. The structure sets. As they advance along the wire mesh belt, the temperature rises. This is where water evaporates. The cookie stops being soft and begins to become crisp.
And finally, the color. The browning reaction.
Sugar caramelizes slightly, bestowing that golden hue we all look for. This is the moment when the aroma, that delicious scent we spoke of at the start, floods the entire room. If we could see inside the oven, we would see how they bubble slightly, how their personality changes. The journey through the fire lasts barely a few minutes, but it is the most critical step. A few seconds more, and they burn. A few seconds less, and they remain raw. But technology adjusts the heat to the exact degree so that every one of the thousands of cookies passing through here comes out identical to the one before it. Upon leaving the tunnel, they are no longer dough. They are cookies. You might think they are ready to eat, but careful, they are still very hot and fragile. If we touched them now, they would crumble. They need time. They enter the cooling zone. Long conveyor belts that spiral or run along the factory ceiling, allowing air to circulate around every cookie. It is a moment of calm after the intensity of the oven. The temperature drops gradually. As they cool, fats solidify and the structure hardens, gaining that characteristic crunch, that snap we hear when biting into them. As they travel, they pass through quality controls. High-speed cameras and laser sensors scan every unit. Is it too toasted? Is it broken? Is the shape right? Any cookie that doesn't meet the standard is automatically set aside. Only the perfect ones continue the path. It is an endless river of finished product, flowing towards its final destination. We arrive at the final stage, packaging. Here, the speed changes. Everything becomes frenetic and robotic. Mechanical arms and soft guides group the cookies. They stack them with surprising delicacy so as not to break them, but at a speed the human eye can barely follow. Columns are formed, the exact portions. The wrapping paper, printed in bright colors, awaits its turn. The machine wraps the stacks of cookies, seals the edges with heat, and cuts the package, all in a single fluid movement. The sound here is rhythmic, mechanical. It is the sound of efficiency. Those packages travel towards cardboard boxes, and those boxes towards pallets that will be loaded onto trucks. From the mountains of white flour we saw at the beginning to this sealed, shiny package, barely a few hours have passed. But in that time, engineering, heat, and movement have created something designed to give us a small moment of pleasure. Thus ends the journey in the factory, but the real journey begins, the one that ends at your table with a glass of milk or a coffee and the simple pleasure of a good cookie.